1.6 Judicial Infrastructure in India. So, this topic is in news because Chief Justice of India has proposed creation of a National Judicial Infrastructure Authority of India NJIAI. So, this National Judicial Infrastructure Authority of India is a new body to improve the judicial infrastructure. The main objective of this is to take control of the budgeting and infrastructure development of subordinate courts in the country. So this National Judicial Infrastructure Authority of India will be same like National Legal Service Authority model. Here National Legal Service Authority provides free legal aid to the poor, and it has its own state legal service authority. So, same like this model, even state judicial infrastructure authority will be set up. That means even the state service authority also will be there. So the Chief Justice of India will be the patron in chief. Patron in chief means the chief supporter. Okay. The Chief Justice of India will be the patron in chief of NJIAI and will be under the Supreme Court of India, and the other members include few high court judges and some central government officials. So, the judicial infrastructure of India is very important for a timely delivery of justice. Judicial infrastructure involves physical premises of courts and tribunals, lawyers' chambers, premises of lawyers' chambers, etc. So, digital infrastructure and human resources is needed for timely delivery of justice, right? So efficient judicial infrastructure is needed, and also it is needed for providing free and equal justice, and this can be realized only through the barrier free and citizen friendly environment. But at present, the state government is responsible to provide judicial infrastructure, and center also gives financial assistance under centrally sponsored scheme CSS for the development of judicial infrastructure. Now let us look into the centrally sponsored scheme for the development of the infrastructure facilities of judiciary. So the objectives of the centrally sponsored scheme is to assist the state government in construction of court buildings and residential quarters for judicial officers in all states and union territories. And also union government has recently extended this scheme, that is a centrally sponsored scheme, for 2021 to 2026. And also assistance granted under the scheme also includes funds for implementation of gram nyayalaya scheme. Here gram nyayalaya scheme was implemented for speedy and easy access to justice system. Okay, so it was, these funds include the implementation of the gram nyayalaya scheme, as which is a part of national mission for justice delivery and legal reforms. So these gram nyayalayas or the village courts are established under Gram Nyayalayas Act 2008 for speedy and easy access to the justice system in the rural areas of India. And also, the National Mission for Justice Delivery and Legal Reforms was set up in 2011 to increase the access of justice by reducing delays and arrears in the system. And the other steps that are taken by the government to enhance judicial infrastructure are e-court mission model e-court mission mode project for information and communication technology, enablement of the district and subordinate courts, that is the modernization of courts. Next is scheme of fast track special courts to for a speedy justice. and launch of Gram Nyayalayas online portal, and also data governance quality index to assess the data preparedness. So these are some of the facilities for judiciary which is sponsored by centrally sponsored schemes. So the need for such reforms in the judicial infrastructure. Now, why our Chief Justice of India asked that there is a need to develop judicial infrastructure. The reasons are there are no adequate judicial halls, and 26% of court complexes do not have separate ladies toilet. And also the record rooms and libraries in the courts complexes are very less. There are only 32% separate record rooms, and 51% court complexes have library. And adequate and quality judicial infrastructure are the basic prerequisite for the judges, lawyers, and judicial officers to efficiently perform their responsibilities while dispensing justice. So, quality of judicial infrastructure is also needed for the correct justice. And also, as per the National Mission for Delivery and Legal Reforms, there are about 3.3 crore pending cases, and the lack of judicial infrastructure is one of the basic reasons. Due to the pandemic situation, many cases are left unsolved due to lack of modernization of judicial infrastructure. 73% of courts have no video conferencing facilities. So, to meet the current challenges, judicial infrastructure is needed. And also, there is no particular body to enhance judicial infrastructure. Most of the funds which are transferred under the centrally sponsored scheme are shifted to non judicial purposes. For example, in 2019 to 20, 981.98 crores are transferred to 5 states under the centrally sponsored scheme, but only 84.9% crore was used and the remaining amount was unused. That means 91.36% funds are unused and are transferred to the non judicial purposes. So, due to no separate body to improve and maintain the judicial infrastructure, there is no proper implementation of judicial infrastructure. There is also no adequate budget that is released for judicial branch as per the India Justice Report between 2011 to 12 and also 2015 to 16. The average spending of judiciary was 0.08% of GDP. So, this is the condition of our judicial infrastructure in India. And also, there are no separate professional agency for the judiciary's administrative functions, whereas UK, US, and Canada have separate professional agency for supporting the administrative functions of the judiciary. There are also no special arrangements for the disabled staff members. For everyone, only one form, maybe in the form of ramp, washrooms, or uh, tactile payments are same. There is no special provisions for the disabled persons. So these are some of the reasons for the issues to improve this judicial infrastructure in India. And the conclusion is by improving the judicial infrastructure, even the poor can get the efficient judgment and the pending cases can be solved without any barriers.